What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we are going to throw this weekend video out because I didn't get to make one yesterday. Make sure you guys smash those thumbs up, leave your comments down below. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you want these daily updates. I want to apologize for this video. Is probably going to be quick and kind of screwy. I recorded a whole video and didn't have my mic on. I know a lot of you people don't even understand the time that goes into these videos, but that is very frustrating. So I'm going to try to explain this as best I can. It was perfect last time. I'm sure I'm going to forget stuff, but I do want to go over this stuff. As you guys know, I was in my shorts. I got stopped out at 20. I didn't think we would see 20K again anytime soon. Obviously, we have hit it, although I don't think it's going to hold. I still am very bearish on this. As you guys know, traditional markets had a pump yesterday, which obviously I've said it over and over. Bitcoin relies on traditional markets, period. The end. It's it's a bear market rally, guys. I've talked about this since last year. I told you guys in the bear market we would get, big drops to the lows, and then when we get small rallies up, bear market rallies, people would get super bullish, not sell, then they would make lower lows, and they wish they would have sold, blah, 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 on and on. Anyways, I have re-entered my shorts. I re-entered them right here at 20,990 is where I put my shorts in. Obviously, we went a little above, but I'm going to continue that, right? So if I go off of these lows, I'm going to continue laddering in unless we break this trend line up here. So I'll ladder in up to about 22.8. I'm going to put my stops at 23. If we even get up this high, right? But as you can see, as of right now, we're getting rejected on the daily at the 200 EMA. Could it get up to these ranges up here to that 22.9? Possibly, right? If we do, I'll be laddering into there. And if it goes above there and stops me out, again, I'll just look for another short because I truly believe we are still in a massive bear market. This isn't that big of a rally, guys. As you can see, we're making higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. That is hidden bearish divergence, right? I showed you guys in last week's video right here. See that these two touches right here. The third touch would be sometime in April at about 75 to 8,500. Still looking for that. Still looking for that false bottom. Now, I have talked about a few times. Maybe this could have been the false bottom. Well, we're going to compare it to the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart. Also, I have a clean one that I want to go over a few things with. So make sure you stick around for the whole video. There's going to be a lot in this, right? So taking a look at the monthly, as you guys know, the monthly RSI right here, this trend line, we are above it again. We peaked above it right here back in this little rally too. Either way, unless we open and close a monthly, one monthly candle above this, open and close the candle, then maybe the bottom's in, but until then, I don't see it. So the 8 EMA right now lies around, where is this? Right about 22.1 is where that 8 EMA lies. And then we have our 55 EMA. This is the monthly, guys, at 23.5. But that 22,000 area, that kind of matches up with this line I cloned, looking at a descending channel here, right around that same area. So possible we get a wick up to there. We'll be watching. As you guys know, this is the .com scam washout compared to the Bitcoin bubble, right? I do think there is plenty more to get washed out. I know everyone's super bullish right now. The same thing that I talked about, and we'll go into that in the next chart. But what I want to point out here is I still think timing wise, this is still going to play out. I think we get our false bottom sometime in March or April. We get a rally up until, May, actually. February or March, I think we get this dump down to the bottom here, then pump up to April or May-ish, and then our final capitulation down. I still think we're going to see that. As you guys know, I talked about the break of this weekly RSI being a possible false bottom right here, right? Could that be where we're at? I mean, it's possible. It's definitely a possibility. Either way, we still go to a new lower low afterwards, right? And that might be that 75 to 8,500 range. Again, we'll be keeping an eye on this. But I've always said if we get down to that 75 to 8,500, I would definitely be buying in for at least the short term or hitting some longs. We are in a bear market currently, guys. There is nothing in the macro that has changed it. What changes it for me in the macro? I've said this a million times. The 55 EMA. If we cross this 55 EMA before hitting these lower lows, then I believe that the bottom could be in. Now, people say, but you missed the bottom if that's the case. Well, I would rather buy in up here, right? And not have wasted any money than buy in now. And it makes these lower lows. And then I lost a bunch of money and I lost a lot of opportunity to buy in more, right? Because there was no macro confirmation. Just like over here, once you cross that 55 EMA, then you're real close to the bottom on the weekly, right? So even if you didn't catch the bottom over here, you catch it back up here, you're still well off because you know what happened after that, right? But anyways, regardless, I would much rather wait for confirmation and to actually buy in. And I'm not going to buy a whole crap load because I don't think it's going to new all-time highs anytime soon. And I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. But even if this was a false bottom, we still have another one. This is a bubble pop pattern, guys. It's playing out beautifully. It has been. And here is what I wanted to show you. So, right, I have these circles here. So people are talking about that we need 3 peaks, right? I heard people say this in the past. I don't know if they're still going by that, but they kept saying it had 3 peaks, the Amazon bubble, right here. We had the same thing here. It just, this one wasn't quite as speculated and quite as hyped, right? So this first one was in January. Now look at the time frames of all this stuff, right? First peak right here was in January for Bitcoin. Amazon, January. Second peak, April. Second peak, and these are both weekly charts, guys. There's no trickery here. They're both weekly charts. Second one, April, right? The lows over here, July. The low over here, June and July. You can see there was a few dumps down here. Same thing though. We dipped below the 55 EMA, right? Below the 55 EMA. We jumped up. Our final high, November. Final high over here, November. And then obviously capitulation down. Now this is what I wanted to talk about. We talked about this back in 2021 in December, on December 2nd. I'll leave a video up top at the end of the video for you guys to check out, but I explained exactly this whole bear market and how a bear market works, right? And I told you all the scams, crappy crypto needed to get washed out. Now people are, with this little pump, everybody gets really excited and, oh my God, the bottom's in and blah, blah, blah. Those same people that are telling you that the bottom is in are the same people that were telling you we were going to 100,000, 200,000, 500,000. There were people calling for 500,000 last year. Are you kidding me? Anyways, and then there were people that said they'd delete their account if it didn't hit 100K, and their accounts are still there. And I said I would delete my account if we did hit 100K. And obviously, I would have deleted all my accounts because I was pretty confident that it wasn't happening because of all this. Now, as you can see, once you got a big dump to this low, imagine imagine and be there. If you guys are new to markets, you're not going to understand this because you're going to literally feel how I'm about to explain how it makes you feel. So you get this top, right? Everybody's super bullish, telling you there's new highs coming. Oh my God. Bitcoin's going to hit $500,000, 100,000, 150,000. Then you get this dump and you get super scared. And oh my gosh, I wish I would have sold. And then you get this little pump here, right? And then everybody gets super excited. Oh my God, that was the bottom. Buy in, buy the dip, blah, blah, blah. And then, you get excited again. You don't sell. This, I'm explaining to you how this stuff works, right? You don't sell. So, oh my God, Bitcoin's going to a new all-time high. So-and-so says it's going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Even though if you look in their past, they're wrong all the time. And then all it is excitement. That's what gets them channels so many views because they try to get people excited that Bitcoin's going to change the world and Bitcoin's going to make everybody rich. And that's not how it works, guys. So you get this low, right? And then you get super bullish and then it goes only to go down to make a lower low. And then you're like, oh my gosh, first you were wishing you would have sold up here. Then you're wishing you would have sold up here. Then you get this lower low and then you get what? Another rally up. Oh my God, that's the bottom. That's the bottom. And then Boom, just to make a lower low. Then you wish you would have sold here, on and on. Wish you would have sold here, wish you would have sold here, wish you would have sold here, wish you, every pump, you wish you would have sold, every freaking pump. And these guys that are calling the bottom all the time, they held all the way down. Of course, they're going to want the bottom to be in. They're losing their ass. They don't tell you that. They're losing their ass, guys. They lost so much money. We are at 2017 levels. They have lost money. They're always screaming buy the dip. If they bought the dip and they said all in a million times here, they are absolutely screwed, guys. Pay attention. Pay attention to markets and what a market is. One other thing, like on the traditional news, I tell you guys, news is noise. Pretty much do the opposite of what the news is saying. Now the news is starting to talk about, oh my God, the bottom might be in for the traditional markets. And the funny thing is, they never used to show the DXY. Now they show the DXY. We'll go over DXY in Monday's video. Make sure you watch it. Pretty interesting stuff. But now they show the DXY. And why? Because it's falling. So everybody's scared that the dollar's dying again. So they get out of the dollar, they get into assets, when that's exactly the opposite of what they should be doing, because traditional markets are going to crash, guys. I'm telling you, I truly cannot stress that enough. This is the biggest money grab in history we are witnessing. I've talked about this for years. It's happening, guys. You don't have to believe me, but at least look at the charts and make a decision for yourself without watching these kids that only know Bitcoin because that's all they ever looked at. I've lived through a lot of these cycles in the market and watched it and watched the sentiment and seen how people changed and seen how the world worked and how prices went and all this stuff. Guys, that all is involved in understanding these markets. And most of these people have no clue how these markets work. So anyways, let's get on to it. This is the invalidation point of the chart, the 55 EMA. If that 55 EMA breaks 26,000, then the bottom could possibly be in, right? So might want to start getting into some positions here. But until then, if you look here, back over here, like I said, all these dates pretty much line up exactly, right? So when was this bounce here? December of 01, right? That was, this huge rally. Sure, everybody got bullish again, just like here. Same type thing, right around the same timing. So if that's the case, we topped this out in January, right? So we're still in January here. Probably going to top out here and continue to the downside, right? Get our false bottom and then another big rally. Bottoms in, right? Just to make lower lows, guys. That's all we've been making. Lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. Continuing to make lower lows. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then you get all the haters and the whatever in the comment, and I actually feel sorry for those guys because it's like they puff their chests. I told you the bottom was in. Look at Bitcoin. It's going to the moon. You're losing. I am not losing anything, guys. I trade. I accept losses with risk management, so I know what I'm risking. But when you win a hell of a lot more than you lose, you're doing pretty good, right? I made a lot of money all the way down here while everybody else lost a lot of money, especially the bulls that didn't sell anything. And they kept saying, if it goes below this number, I'm selling. If it goes below this number, I'm selling. They never sold, right? They FOMO'd. That's the other way to FOMO is thinking the bottom's in all the time and just holding all the way down and losing your ass. So let's say they held, 10 Bitcoin, right? They had 600 and almost 700,000 up here. Now they have about 200,000. I mean, do the math. Do the math, guys. If they're that great, why were they telling you to buy every dip all the way down, right? Even if we did bottom here, if you've been following my channel, you could buy here and you're still way ahead of all these people that were buying all the way down, right? I don't know. I don't know. It's sad to see some of these people on YouTube, right? And I know some of them are just for entertainment, but they claim to be experts and professionals. And they have, these channels that get together with a bunch of them. And nobody knows really what the hell they're talking about. Most of them are shitcoiners and they can claim to be experts, right? think I'm going to start doing, I talked about it, maybe start going to some of these, starting out in America first, maybe going to some of these project locations and kind of just going in, doing an interview, seeing what's going on, if it's, if they're just shoebox places or what. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about that in a comment, but let's get on with the rest of the video. So if you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. They do help support the channel. They do. Also, you can use my promo code Savvy50. That'll get you up to a $7,000 bonus. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. You can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, and you can trade all of that using crypto. And you can have multiple trades in, longs and shorts, without clumping them together like scam exchanges. Definitely check them out if you haven't. I'll leave a tutorial at the end of the video. So this is the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart, right? It's about structure. You can see the market structure, right? So over here we had, this is where I called this top at 64. Then we came down. I told you the false, or not false bottom at that time. I told you the bounce for the fake rally would happen in mid-June, which it did. I thought it'd go a little bit lower, but it happened in mid-June. And I said, watch for an ABC correction, which we got. It went higher than I thought. But nevertheless, we got an ABC correction, and then boom, continuation to the downside, just like here. ABC correction, boom, continuation to the downside, right? It's a structure, guys. Is this a little off here? Yeah, but these were a little off. This was a little off. Nevertheless, it's still the same structure, guys. I think we have further down to go. So this is a macro bottom. You see this inverse head and shoulders right here? This is a macro bottom, guys. This is what we're looking for over here. Even if this is the bottom, it's going to take a while to play out, right? A year or two at least. So it's not going to go straight to the moon. But again, unless we break this 55 EMA, the bottom is not in my opinion, right? So this is my 10-year plan. If it does work out like this, middle or end of this year, September, October, look for a bottom, 35 to 4,500. Could be 75 to 8,500 if this is the false bottom. We'll see. But either way, middle or end of this year, and then we get our 4-year cycle rally, guys. Everybody always says the 4-year cycle is, all the 4-year cycles for Bitcoin, this would be the third one, truly. There's only been 2. Traditional markets were in a bull market that whole time, right? In both those. If traditional markets are in a bear market, the 4-year cycle, it may get a pump, but it doesn't mean it has to go to new all-time highs, guys. Please understand that. If my view on that changes, I'll let you know. But as of right now, I think we will probably get rejected 35 to 45K in 2025. Come back down again. If we play out like this, market structure, overhyped, overscammed market here, overhyped, overscammed market here. Got to wash out all the crap. Still washing it out, guys. And I still believe Binance is in huge trouble. Huge trouble. Just by looking at the charts. Do I know anything in the inside or not? No, but looking at the charts, it's in trouble. All right, let's take a look at, this was one more thing I wanted to look at. Same thing, guys. I drew this in, talking about the lows being February or March, and then getting a rally up until April, May, and then obviously, you know the rest. But let's take a look at the RSI here. And this is the weekly. See the white line I've drawn across the center of the RSI? You can see every time we're above that, bull market, below it, bear market. Above it, bull market, below it, bear market. Above it, bull market, over and over. We are at that line right now, guys. I'm still bearish because we are still below that line. Let's see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and definitely check out these videos. There's Prime XBT tutorial up top. Like I said, use Savvy50, you get a $7,000 bonus. Savvy25 gets you 25% off your fees. And check out the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart from December 2nd, 2021. Check it out. We drew this all in, talked about all of it way back then. Take it easy, guys.